And if you took someone who is working very hard, like most of us do, let's say someone is working 80 hours a week, and they feel as though they're doing great work, but they just keep saying yes to things, and it just keeps piling on. They're very successful, and it almost becomes a punishment for their success. What's your advice to that person, the person who's actually doing perceptibly good work, but is just doing too much of it and feels as if she's going to get burnt out?
That's a great question. I recognize myself in that question because when I finished school and started working at Boston Consulting Group in London, I thought I had a brilliant strategy for how to succeed, and that was to work crazy hard. I just put in the hours, 70 hours, even 80, even 90 hours some days. I kept on working like that. And then I realized that there were some colleagues in the office who had figured out a far better way. They worked less hours and they did better work than I did. Now I put in the hours and I did really good work, but they did even better work with fewer hours. So how can that be? And it's a fascinating question. And that's behind this research. And we did a lot of analysis to try to find an answer. How can you actually do better work in fewer hours? And lots of people did what I did at BCG. They put in the hours thinking that is the way to success. And it isn't. There is a better way. So one place to start is for someone like it was in my position is to working all those hours. One place to start is to go and look at your calendar. Take up your calendar for the last 2 weeks and start looking at what you have been doing. Try to nail down what is mission critical in your job. In other words, what produces the most value in what you're doing. Circle those. Circle those critical things that are absolutely essential to do the best work, produce the most value. So you circle those. Then you do a cross on all the meetings and all the extra activities that are in your calendar that are not completely necessary for success. And I guarantee you in that exercise you will have a lot of crosses and you will have a few circles. And then you got to look at that and say, wait a minute, I'm spending a lot of time on things that are not absolutely necessary to do great work. And then you look at your calendar the next 2 weeks coming up. And then you have to discipline yourself saying, what are the things that are really mission critical? Circle them. And what are the things that are not really necessary? And cross them out. And then comes the hard part. Those things you crossed out, try not to do them.